Well, real quick before we get into Veteran Avenue, I also just wanted to mention, so you were doing We Love the Underground, and then you started writing the Children's of the Program books.
Yes.
And then you started doing like the We Love the Underground music kind of became like the soundtracks of the books.
Yes.
Which I thought was a really cool concept. And like there's other people that have done similar things. I know.
Sure.
Like Coheed and Cambria does like the I think it's like a comic book or something like that.
Same with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. So yeah. What kind of sparked your brain to kind of start writing a book, and like how long did it take to kind of from starting writing it to finishing it? What was that like?
It was awful. There's no fantasy to it at all. Like the idea of just like going to a Starbucks and penning out your ideas and it's just going to magically come to you. No, it was a hellscape is what it was. But I was a journalism major and I always liked to write. So I got this job at patch.com and I kind of got in touch with my inner journalist again because we went away to this fantasy camp, this training thing, and it was like all the salespeople with all the writers. And I was like, man, I'm really a writer. That's who I am. And so I just started basically telling my story. So I went back to the earlier Skitzo Calypso records and tried to pull out the themes. And that started kind of becoming what was Children of the Program. It started very autobiographical. And then it kind of dovetailed into this whole science fiction dystopian kind of story. But that's where it came from. And then as I was writing book one, that's when Underground was kind of out there playing quite a bit. And I was like, what if we wrote a soundtrack song for this or that? So it started with, I think we did like Back from a Suicide. We did Cadence of the Sun existed. Eric came in with the music for Paint the Desert with My Heart. And it takes place in the Painted Desert. So from there, it just naturally became this thing. And then book two came along and I wrote an EP for that. And that's what happened.
That's cool. Yeah, I got the books up there. I was just thinking, like, man, it would have been cool to put them like one on the table or something right there. But yeah,
you don't have A Immortal. That's like my apex. Like I reached my goal. Like that's a great book. The first two are crazy.
I definitely want to have them because but I'm a terrible reader. Like I think I started reading the first one and I was loving it, but I'm just so like. I'm really bad with like staying on top of that. Like I've just got so much going on. It's like once I kind of get in bed, that's it. And that's kind of like, I guess like the thought of like having a spot where I would sit down and read. It's like I haven't quite hit that point yet. Maybe at some point, but I definitely would like to have the whole set.
Yeah.
And then when people come over, be like, yeah, these are I could tell them about it. Like I know what's going on.
Pontificate of them.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. And then I know you just released the it's called All These Things That I've Said.
These Things I've Said.
Yeah.
Which is all the songs that have been actually released up to this point, starting from Join the Cult until now. And obviously, there was a lot of songs, and you know this, that were never released, but we just stuck with the ones that were released. And I found what the themes were, created chapters. I had the spreadsheet. Chapter 1 is these songs. Chapter 2 is these songs, and this is why. And then kind of explain what was going on in my head. Because what I noticed were a lot of the themes were the same. It was just my perspective had changed.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.